guys, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and you're watching Bretto Live.
Welcome, everybody, to the Week in Review, episode 201. We are working our way into the 200 episodes. Yes, sir. If you guys haven't seen episode 200 last week, feel free to check it out. It's on the Bretto Live channel. But today, we're going to be going over Monday Night Raw and SmackDown in this Week in Review setup. This is episode 201. Let's jump into Monday Night Raw. We opened up the show with Sami Zayn, and of course this Monday Night Raw resided from Ottawa, Canada, so it worked out perfectly. Sami Zayn was able to come out, get an ovation that he deserved after that performance at Elimination Chamber. He had come out, and he wanted to talk about one thing. I mean, of course he mentioned the loss to Roman Reigns, but he wanted to talk about one person and one thing, and that was Kevin Owens. He said, Kevin, get out here. Kevin Owens comes out, and Sami Zayn's like, I know all the rough history we've had, but I need you to take down the bloodline. I need you and me. We need to team up to take down the bloodline. And Kevin's like, you really think it's that easy? You really think it's that easy? That's not going to happen, Zayn. Everything I said on that Monday Night Raw in November, I meant all of it. I'm done with you, Zayn. I mean, good luck. I mean, if you need help, ask your friend Jay. I was like, whoa, dude. So this is just getting better and better. This Sami Zayn stuff is still getting better, even after he lost to the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Kevin is eventually going to come around, team with Sami, and then they're going to take down the Usos after Jay turns his back on Sami, and they're going to try to get those titles at WrestleMania. But as far as this promo goes, I really freaking enjoyed this at the beginning of the show. Right after Sami Zayn was done with this promo, he was walking up the ramp. He got attacked by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, of course, pissed off with last week how Cody Rhodes had taken him out, and Sami Zayn was sort of involved with that, so Baron Corbin, I guess, thought he could get a little retaliation against Zayn. So he attacks Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin have a match, and Sami Zayn, you got to remember, isn't even in wrestling attire, just like Cody Rhodes last week, and Baron Corbin still loses. Baron Corbin lost to Sami Zayn without wrestling attire. Again, he lost with a Halula kick. Of course, Sami Zayn hit that Halula kick hard as crap in the corner, and Baron Corbin was done for. So it's pretty cool to see Sami Zayn get a win in Canada. I enjoyed that. Dolph Ziggler went one-on-one with Mustafali, and I gotta admit, this storyline is so stupid. What is going on here? Like, I swear, they pass each other backstage. They're like, so, you come around yet, Dolph? Are we gonna team yet? Or, like, what is going on here? They finally had a match in the center of the ring, and this match went Mustafa Ali's way. Mustafa Ali wins the match with roll-up. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, Dolph Ziggler, former world champion, like, former Intercontinental champion, loses this match to Mustafa Ali. I'm like, this is so unrealistic, and I was very much disappointed. As you guys know, I am a big Dolph Ziggler fan. So to see him lose to Mustafa Ali, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I was just not a big fan of this. Asuka went one-on-one with Nikki Cross. This match wasn't too bad. Nothing too special happened here. Asuka was able to pick up the victory with a little submission maneuver. It's like that two arms in the backwards position submission maneuver. She was able to make Nikki Cross submit, but then after the match, Bianca Belair had gotten into the ring because she was on ringside, and she had held up the title, basically just signifying, I'm ready for you at WrestleMania. Let's do this. And then freaking Asuka's mouth started flooding with blue liquid. I was like, what the heck is going on? You could just see the disgust on Bianca Belair's face. So maybe Bianca Belair is a little, scared to face Asuka at WrestleMania. You never know. But it was kind of goofy, I'm not going to lie. Omos set out a challenge to Brock Lesnar to face him at WrestleMania? This isn't happening. Brock Lesnar ain't facing no Omos at WrestleMania. I guarantee you, Brock Lesnar's going to be facing either Bray Wyatt or Gunther. But yeah, Omos set out a challenge to Lesnar, and Lesnar will probably just be like, you want a match at WrestleMania? I'll give you a match right now here on Monday Night Raw. And Brock Lesnar's just going to F5 him, guaranteed. But the challenge was set out by Omos and MVP. Seth Rollins went one-on-one with The Miz! And I really enjoyed this match. It's finally a Miz match where it wasn't just a complete squash. I really enjoyed this match. Back and forth action between the two up until the end. Seth Rollins hit a curb stomp, and then another curb stomp, and then another curb stomp. 3 curb stomps, and the referee ended the match, and Seth Rollins won due to referee stoppage. I was like, what? So Seth Rollins went ham on The Miz, of course, sending a message to Logan Paul, because, of course, Miz is Logan Paul's former protege. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Seth Rollins is sending a message to Paul. Hopefully, Seth can beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I'm really hoping, because, of course, Logan Paul did win at WrestleMania 38 against the Mysterios, but The Miz. So hopefully Seth can take out Paul at Mania. I really don't want to see Logan Paul win. Paul Heyman was injured, bruised, and battered backstage with the Undisputed Universal Championships. He looked just like this, man. Poor Paul Heyman. He was backstage. He couldn't come out to the ring due to his injuries. So Cody Rhodes was standing out in the ring, got interrupted by Paul Heyman on the Titantron, and Paul Heyman basically just provoked Cody Rhodes, saying you're going to lose to the Tribal Chief, talking about his father once again and his brother Dustin. So Cody Rhodes just went off and said, I will not stop until I finish my story and beat the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. This promo was pretty good. Not as good as their promo that they had about 2 weeks ago, but this was still pretty decent. I did enjoy. I got a little laugh in when I saw Paul Heyman on the Titantron with a neck brace on. It was an episode of Ding Dong Hello, special guests, Damage Control, basically, and Bayley's, of course, the host, so she had her tag team partners out there, Damage Control, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting, but kind of boring. I like when there's controversy on Ding Dong Hello, but there was no. Becky Lynch had interrupted and set her sights on the Women's Tag Team Championships, and Bayley's like, you don't have any friends. You're not going to find a tag team partner. Good luck. Lita comes out to back up Becky Lynch, and this is interesting because Lita and Becky Lynch have had a little rivalry in the past. So Lita's like, we put that aside. We have our sights set on the Women's Tag Team Championships. So they're going to be facing Io Sky and Dakota Kai next week on Monday Night Raw for those titles because Bayley accepted the title match on behalf of Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and they weren't too happy about it. That's why I have them looking at Bayley like this. But yeah, this promo wasn't too bad. I'm interested to see if Lita and Becky are going to win. I'd be totally fine with that. I like that tag team. That's one of the tag teams I actually enjoy. That's actually pretty cool, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Chad Gable went one-on-one with Bronson Reed. This match was okay. Otis got distracted by Maxine Dupree. Yes, I do know that is Summer Rae, but he got distracted by Maxine Dupree with the Maximum Male Models business card on ringside, and then Chad Gable was like, Otis, or should I say, Otis? But then it wasn't enough. Gable got attacked by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed hit the Tsunami Splash and picked up the victory. And there ain't no way Otis is joining the Maximum Male Models. And if he does, that'll be the end of Otis, guaranteed. And the end of the Alpha Academy? No, we don't want to see that. Really quick, I just want to point out, Bronson Reed is literally the same exact size as Otis. It's absolutely insane. It's like the same guy, just with a different face. It's crazy. Bobby Lashley oddly went one-on-one with Elias. He had come out, interrupted Elias, and then sort of just, took him out. Slam, spear, 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley picks up the victory over Elias. He destroyed him, basically. And then after the match, he grabbed the mic and he's like, I don't care who it is. Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, anybody. I'll take out anybody in my path. Anybody who disrespects me, I'm going to put down. Pretty basic, to the point. It wasn't bad. But as far as him destroying Elias, Edge battled Austin Theory in a one-on-one match for the United States Championship. This match was pretty good. Before the match even began, I actually predicted the ending. I knew one member of the Judgment Day was going to come down and interrupt this match, and it was Finn Balor. Balor went up on the apron as the ref was telling the timekeeper's area it was a 2 count, and then Finn Balor had hit a cheap shot on Edge, allowing Austin Theory to hit the A-Town down on Edge to retain his United States Championship. Austin Theory with the A-Town down defeats a Hall of Famer. I was like, you've got to be kidding me, because he's the youngest United States champion of all time. That's me, all day, Austin Theory. And then after the match, Finn Balor hits 3 coup de graces to Edge, just like the 3 curb stomps earlier in the night by Seth Rollins. 3 coup de grace to Edge, sending a message to Edge. And I can't wait to see Finn Balor versus Edge. That's WrestleMania worthy. I want to see that match, and I'm super excited for that match. You know it's going to go down. But as far as the ending, seeing Edge get screwed over in Canada, oh man, that crowd was not too happy. But honestly, I was with this ending. It was actually pretty decent, and please give me a figure of what Edge was wearing. My God, that was sick. But yeah, guys, that was Raw in a setup style. This week, I'm going to give Raw a solid 3 out of 5. I enjoyed this show. It kept me well entertained. There was some boring stuff, but I mean, everything can't be good. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some boring stuff, but it was still a pretty decent show. I pleasantly enjoyed it. SmackDown opened with a 6-man tag team match consisting of Mid-Cap Moss, Braun Strowman, Ricochet going up against Imperium, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser, and of course the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. This was a solid 6-man tag team match to open up the show. Some solid action between the two teams. We did see Drew McIntyre come out on the entrance stage mid-match and have his eyes basically set on Gunther and his Intercontinental Championship. So he's sort of just standing up by the ramp as Gunther takes care of business. Gunther hits a powerbomb on mid-cap Moss in the center of the ring, stacks him up 1, 2, 3. Gunther and Imperium pick up the victory, but then after the match, Drew McIntyre had gotten attacked by the Viking idiots, and I'm like, bro, I literally thought they were done with the Viking idiots, but here they come, getting themselves interjected in these rivalries after Drew McIntyre clearly has his eyes set on something else, that being Gunther in the Intercontinental Championship, but they run out, they attack Drew McIntyre again, but then here comes Sheamus to even up the odds, and then even Braun and Ricochet jump in there to, even up the odds for Drew and Sheamus, which I thought was actually pretty solid. Solid way to open up the show. I enjoyed it. It was LA Knight going one-on-one with Kofi Kingston in a match. This match wasn't half bad. Honestly, Kofi Kingston had a hard time beating LA Knight, which I thought was kind of odd, considering he's a former WWE champion. Of course, they mentioned the Kofi Mania moment that he had all those years ago, and LA Knight had actually sort of roasted him and said, yeah, how'd that Kofi Mania go for you? Because obviously it wasn't the best title reign, so he was sort of roasting him before the match. But then the match got underway. Xavier Woods did play the trombone, distract LA Knight a little bit for Kofi Kingston to hit the Trouble in Paradise to pin LA Knight. As far as this goes, though, it was sort of just a match. Charlotte Flair was set to go face-to-face with Rhea Ripley, but instead, she went face-to-face with Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio had come out, gotten in the face of Charlotte. Charlotte Flair and Dominic had an exchange of words, sort of roasting each other. Oh, well, at least I like my dad, and this and that, which I thought was actually kind of good. But then Rhea Ripley had come out and actually went face-to-face with Charlotte twice. She left the ring, they got back in the ring. Charlotte held up the belt. Just, planting the seeds for the WrestleMania match that's going to happen, of course, at WrestleMania. And I am looking forward to this one. This one is going to be pretty decent. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, two are like the best women's wrestlers in the business, so it actually is going to be pretty decent. But as far as this promo, though, nothing really happened. Shayna Baszler went one-on-one with Natalya. This match was just another match. I don't know, man. Ronda Rousey and Tegan Nox were on ringside. Ronda sort of posing as a factor in Natalya's loss, but Shayna was able to lock in a submission maneuver to tap out Natalya. And then after the match, Tegan Nox had evened up the odds as Ronda was trying to get a little retaliation on Natalya. But yeah, I guess next week's match is going to be Tegan Nox and Natalya going up against Shayna and Ronda, and I could care less. Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with Karrion Kross, and this match was actually pretty decent. I did enjoy this match. Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with his current rival, Karrion Kross, and I honestly really hope this was the final match between the two. I feel like WWE needs to start focusing on Dominic and Rey Mysterio, because I feel like that's going to be the WrestleMania match, so I feel like we need to start the build-up, and they did just that. Dominic Mysterio had got himself involved after Scarlett had got taken out by Rey. Referee was turned around, and then Dominic had grabbed Ray, started assaulting him on the outside, sent him back in the ring, and then Karrion Kross locked in the cross jacket on Rey Mysterio to pass him out. Not even tap him out, pass him out. Rey Mysterio never tapped out. But then, after the match, Dominic Mysterio got in the face of Rey, and he's like, hit me, Dad, hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, is Rey going to do it? He wanted to do it so bad, but I loved this part of the show. This was like one of my favorite parts of the show. Dominic and Rey in the center of that ring, because this is planting the seeds for the WrestleMania match that I cannot freaking wait for. Will Dominic retire Rey Mysterio and take the mask? I don't know, dude, but I'm looking forward to this, and I'm just glad Rey and Karrion, I'm just glad that rivalry is over. I wasn't a big fan of it at all. Jimmy Uso came out in the main event of the show, seeing if Jey Uso was still going to be part of the bloodline, of course. Jey Uso, his thoughts are up in the air. Do I want to be part of the bloodline? Do I not want to be? Where's Jey's head at? We tried to figure that out here in the end of the show in this Jimmy Uso promo, but then Sami Zayn had interrupted, came out, clearly made it, and stated it that he wasn't here to fight, but Jimmy Uso brought the fight to Sami after Sami Zayn was talking about Jey and how he was manipulated by the Tribal Chief, and Jimmy, how he was manipulated by the Tribal Chief, and then Jimmy heard enough. He started attacking Sami Zayn with Jey Uso in the crowd, because Jey Uso did make his presence felt. But Jey Uso never came over that barricade. He let Sami and Jimmy fight it out in the center of the ring. Sami Zayn hit a Hallelujah kick on Jimmy as Jey was still on ringside. And then Solo Sikoa had ran down to even up the odds and make sure, and just basically to comfort Jimmy Uso. But Jey, the end of the show, the end of this show just left us with so many freaking questions. Is Jey in the bloodline? Where's Jimmy's head at after this? Like, bro, I honestly just think Jay is just going to end up super kicking Sami Zayn, fully aligning himself with the bloodline again, and then it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that dethrone the Usos for one set of the tag team titles, maybe the Raw side of things. But as far as this promo goes, pretty good. It was definitely highlighted of the night, up there with the Rey and Dominic stuff. But yeah, guys, that was SmackDown. That was Raw setup style. SmackDown this week, I'm going to give a solid 2 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty weak show. You guys can let me know your rankings down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Bretto Live out.